Hello, I'm Imogen Burrows. I'm chair of the Ethics and Welfare Committee, and today I'm just bringing you a short update on our most recent committee meeting. As we continue to support our role on the working group Suitably Mounted, which explores rider-horse mismatch and the welfare harms associated with this, our committee spiralled into a slightly larger conversation, and we explored the role as vets in the conversation and how we as BEVA would provide support or potentially provide support and information in this space, really looking at the welfare harms associated with either rider-horse mismatch, and also whether that's as significant or what the weight is compared to poor riding, pardon the pun. So really we're thinking about poor performance, vettings, things like that, where we might examine a horse, maybe we'll see a performance issue and have to really assess, is the impact of that rider-horse mismatch not quite correct? Is there a tack issue, or is there actually an equitation issue? And can we identify that? Should we be identifying that? And how do we move forward? So discussions are really nuanced, and we had a really great explanation around that. So that took up the key area of our meeting. However, obviously we've got a few other things on the agenda. There's a resurgence of activity in the multi-stakeholder equine obesity or weight management roundtable. Again, pardon the pun. This is chaired by World Horse Welfare's CEO Rolly Owers and brings together a lot of the welfare charities as well as BEVA and other industry specialists. We've had a load of evidence reviewed by three so-called titans, really big respected experts within this field, and looked at how we can distill the key evidence and information into a really usable format for professionals and lay people and the general public to use in tackling equine obesity and its associated health and welfare issues. We had an update from one of our Ethics and Welfare Committee members, Kate Allen, who chairs the currently called Social Licence to Operate Working Group, and one of the updates was that group may well have a renaming, so we look forward to hearing what that might be. Its current discussion is around veterinary interventions, so what we can control as veterinary surgeons and veterinary nurses, and what we're sort of focusing down on those interventions that might be considered controversial by either ourselves, by industry groups, or by the general public, and it may be all three, it may be one or two, and so tackling conversation around those. Are they appropriate? Are they evidence-based? Should we be performing them? How and where and what and why? As you can imagine, this is also quite a fascinating tread carefully topic, and Kate explained some of the proposed outputs for the working group, or those that they're considering, and the next steps, so we look forward to hearing from Kate in due course. We obviously had our regular project updates. We had three on the go. One is live, which is the management of horses of unknown origin, and we've had some really positive feedback from those who have unfortunately been faced in tricky situations managing a horse where they can't find an owner. They've needed to treat that without consent, and having used those resources, we've received some really positive comments. So if you haven't seen that, please have a look. That's under the welfare toolkit and is a green box separately linked, so have a good nose around and make sure you know what's available from us. Coping with confinement is being now developed by headquarters, so our fantastic HQ team have queued that, and along hopefully with the launch of the new website later this summer, we'll see this coping with confinement project come live, which is helping us and help horses and owners who are having to face a period of confinement. What type of confinement is appropriate? What kind of strategies can we employ to ensure that the horse's well-being is being taken care of alongside whatever clinical condition has led to that? And the final one at the moment is now full steam ahead, which is remote chemical restraint. So horses that may be pre-planned or maybe emergency, but feral, semi-feral, or just very, very, very difficult to deal with. We're hoping to launch this at the end of 2026, start of 2027. So that's all from us at the moment. There are a few other firefighting issues, none of which need big airtime, but we hope you're all well and keep checked in. Take care now.